Welcome to The Leadership, a business-focused talk show brought to you by the Vested Group.
We talk to entrepreneurs, employees, thought leaders, innovators, dreamers, disruptors,
and even our own children about what makes us tick on and off the clock.
Welcome to a new edition of the Leadership Talk Show brought to you by the Vested Group. You can find out more about us at thevested.com. I'm excited to have a new co-host today, Ashley Ramirez, the lovely Ashley Ramirez.
Thank you.
And we're very excited to have Tavia King with us today.
Thank you, ladies.
Yeah, excited you can make it. Okay, so we like to start at the beginning, kind of. How did you find your way to TVG?
I actually like the NetSuite software because I worked on it for like 4 years when I was an accountant. So I actually was on LinkedIn and I typed in NetSuite just to see like what companies were out there using NetSuite because I just like that software a lot more. And TVG actually came across in the search. And I was like, I've never heard of the Vested Group. So I just clicked on it and I absolutely loved the office space culture that was presented. So I just followed you guys immediately.
That's awesome. All that SEO paying off. Nice to know. You have to credit to the marketing team on that one. Right? Well, that's good. So are you an accountant then?
I am an accountant, yeah.
So you were accountant for
15 years, over 15 years now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Love accountants. My favorite. So, and then you worked at another company that had NetSuite?
Yeah, I worked at a tech company actually here in Dallas that had NetSuite. I knew about NetSuite actually, when I lived in Atlanta like 5-6 years ago. It was like a big thing. A lot of tech companies were talking about NetSuite, and I went to like a conference and it was like NetSuite. It's like the new software. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, I like to work with it. I never got a chance in Atlanta. And then when I came here to Dallas, I saw that the company I was going to go work for, like they had NetSuite. And I was talking in my interview. I was like, yeah, I know so much about the software. Never used it, but heard great things. And yeah, like when I came on board, I actually quite enjoyed it. Yeah.
Kind of a unicorn having everybody that come on board. That's fantastic. All right.
So tell us about your family and where you grew up.
Well, I grew up in Virginia Beach, Virginia area, Hampton Roads, 2 up, 2 down, is what we kind of say every now and then. Yeah, and I'm a former, they call it like Navy brat. I'm an only child. So yeah, That's a little bit about me and my family. My parents are not actually from here. I am the American kid, as they like to say. So.
Where are they from?
My dad's from Panama, my mom's from Belize.
Oh,
yeah.
Ooh, nice places. Yeah. Okay, so I'm sorry to back up. What's 2 up, 2 down?
So it's like if you Google it, if you type in Virginia 2 up, 2 down, it's just like something that, it's just like VA.
Okay, letter. I got it. I know, like
2 up, 2 down. I like that.
That is good, yeah.
So like I'll say it every now and then when I see like someone doing something. I think like there's a baseball player here who's from like Norfolk, Virginia. I was like 2 up, 2 down.
We need like a Texas version of that. It's like a secret code. Yeah.
We need something. We need to come up with
something it does not indicate the state at all, like, unless you know. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Who knew something existed? All right, and so here's always a fun question. Now this is a little bit easier, I think, on the accounting side, but but you do the consulting angle of it too. What would your parents say that you do for a living?
I'm an accountant. Like all the specifics you go into it does not matter. When they describe me to their friends, they're like, oh yeah, she's an accountant. So that's like literally like the summation of it all.
Yeah, it's merciful at least to have that because people do kind of know what an accountant is because consulting's rough. So what would you say though that you do at TVG?
I would actually say, and I actually got this at the fair because our shirts were so awesome. I told them that I was a software implementation consultant, and I told them I worked on NetSuite as a finance and accounting consultant.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Who made those shirts?
That was the lovely Shelly. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was you. I was going to be like, Ashley did it. Oh, yeah.
No, I helped with the 10-year anniversary shirts, but Shelly did the fair shirts, but came out so good.
They were cute, yeah.
That makes sense because it was like more rock and roll, the way that the Vested
10-year,
came across.
Yeah.
And you said that you like hard rock. So, okay, that makes sense.
That's hilarious. Well, you guys should take turns going around and have everybody design the shirt for a different event and see what you come up with.
Oh,
you should.
We can put like a competition to see which shirt we can vote for the best design. That'd be really cool.
Nice. Yeah.
Thanks for the idea.
Yeah,
you're putting a lot of ideas.
Accounting, marketing, whatever it is. All good.
I do it all.
It's good. It's all good.
So why do you come to work?
Besides to support myself financially, I actually
So that's important. Yes.
right. I actually do enjoy. I actually enjoy being analytical. So like if that's a driver as a part of my job, I enjoy coming to work. And I think that's a little bit reason why I've never kind of taken like the direct path that's kind of taught in college, like you're supposed to. I did work at a CPA firm, but you're also supposed to like study for your CPA, and then it was very dry for me. I couldn't do it. Like I'm very versatile, so I worked and did everything I could in the accounting finance spectrum. So like I've been financial analyst, I've been accounting manager, I've done like different things, and like as long as I continue to just be happy at what I'm doing, that's why I come to work.
was analytical one of your top
It
five?
Actually, yeah, it's one of my
Mine
top
too,
five.
I know.
Yeah, it's one of my top five.
Yes, I know. And so you're like, oh yeah, I get it.
Wow.
I know. Well, it's so my original career was an ER nurse, and then I started doing accounting. And people were like, do you like it? And I was like, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm like, it is awesome, and if you have a right answer, and like everything works.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's very much, I tell people it's like very black and white. It can be gray sometimes. I mean, depending on what company you go to, because everybody has their own rules on accounting.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, it's definitely you just analyze financials. It's better.
And
it's
I like
better
it.
that way.
Yeah. It was definitely changed pace, but
Yeah.
it was rewarding, I thought. All right. So, although a lot of people do want to be financial analysts and accountants when they're little, not really. What did you want to be when you were a kid? What was your grand adventure idea?
It was like being a teacher and being a dentist. I wanted to be a teacher because I like writing on the chalkboard. That's it. Like every kid, like you write on the chalkboard. Yeah, I felt it was fun. I just like writing things on the chalkboard. Teacher would come and be like, do this. And I'd be like, absolutely. And I would like solve a problem, whatever. And dentist, I still cannot remember why I wanted to be a dentist. There's not anyone I can think about that's in my feeling as a dentist, but I just wanted to at a point in time.
So.
Yeah. And I would say, I mean, I don't heavily dislike going to the dentist, but it's not like my biggest joy. So I don't know like why, but it was like between dentist and being a teacher. Yeah.
Teacher.
I wanted to be an orthodontist growing up, so I get like, and I don't know why either. I think it's because I had braces, and I was in the office all the time, so I guess I enjoyed it. But now I'm like terrified of the dentist and like to go in, and that's because I wanted to be an orthodontist. So I totally get you on that.
Yeah, and I just can't. I do not remember why. But maybe it'll come to me.
I was telling my kids they should be orthodontists because once you're an adult and you're paying for those things and you're watching the orthodontist office, you're like, kids, this is where it's at. You need to be an orthodontist.
Yeah.
This is clearly where it's at.
I think they told me it was like more than 10 years of school, and I was like, never mind.
It is.
Well, I think it was also like the blood portion of it. Like I can't do gore and blood. Like I thought like being a dentist would be like less of like being like a doctor. And then like there's like, no, there's like surgeries, like things can, inside the mouth. And I was like, no.
Yeah, that would have been a rough discovery.
Yeah. I don't do,
Yeah. That would be rough. Although we have a lot of employees that wanted to be doctors. There's some professional athletes in the crowd, and then a lot of doctors. But teachers, that seems like that's a common one. I don't know if we've had that one though.
Yeah.
Although you'd like it now. There's the starboards. They don't have they don't have chalkboards anymore.
That's right. Yeah. It's so different now. Yeah. They don't understand the joy of that anymore, do they?
Yeah.
Well, you can still write on the starboard, but you can just do it with your finger. And yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Times have changed.
Yeah, it's so different now. So I want to know what your favorite workplace tradition.
Probably volunteer work. I like volunteering. I either like to go to like the little puppy shelters. Well, okay, a couple of different things I've done in the past with companies. One, like my first job, because we were a very stressful environment with CPA firms. We used to go to the NICU and like hold newborns, but actually that made me so much sadder than it did help my stress.
Really?
So I told them, I was like, I actually cry more here than I do at work. So I was like, I can't really continue to do this.
Wow.
Yeah, so like that was the first time like I've ever been part of like a company doing something to give back, and that's what we did, like to relieve stress. So afterwards, it's been like food drives, puppy shelters, and I think the most for me, I love food drives because I try to relate with something when I'm trying to give back, and like I love to eat, which is sad. I really do love to eat, but like feeding people and nourishing, like not just their belly but like their soul is like very much comforting. And I did it a lot when I was in Atlanta because they had Jose Feed the Hunger, like just like a huge thing in Atlanta. So I did that like I feel like 3 times a year because they always had an event going on because I feel like they never had enough people. So that's something that I love doing. It's like doing like food drives. Yeah.
Has there been one since you've been at TVG? Actually, let's go back to that. When did you start?
Yeah, well, I started in May of this year. Yeah, so no, I haven't. If you guys do that, I have not participated in that yet. No, but the company that I was working at when I first came here, We did go over to the food bank, but it was kind of like more working in the background with like the warehouses and helping them out to like sort the foods to get things like prepared. So that was like fun too.
Yeah, the North Texas food bank. Yeah, we've done that before too. But we used to do them every quarter, but once COVID came, I think that kind of stopped being able to do
I think
like
we're
the group
picking it all back up now that we're kind of getting things back to normal. We're slowly starting to do stuff like that, but I'll make a note of that to get us to.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially for the holidays.
What's still available.
Coming, so there's a lot of stuff we can do.
Yeah, I think it's hard to get groups together though, like still to be able to do
It is.
things.
I mean, like, cause I used to either do it with my company or I just go do it on my own because it, like I said, it was such a huge thing. Like one day I just like left. Well, that was in Atlanta. Like I said, I did like several events for them because like they always send emails. They need people like to help with anything. So like data entry. Actually, they did like a clothing drive, and I was like a part of that too. And like picking out stuff to help women like get jobs, like all that stuff. I mean, I absolutely loved it. So like when I came here, I mean, I kind of like stuck more with, like the food drives. I see them more than I do see like the clothing drives.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and now like ever since COVID started, they've just that need has gone through the roof. So
absolutely.
tons of that.
Absolutely.
And we're right next to Minnie's Pantry, which we team up with too.
I feel like somebody talked about that like when I first, but I didn't know like where that was at.
It's like right next to TV. It's like right by like the Highway 75. It's like 75. You turn in and you'll see Minnie's, and then further down is TV.
You might not notice it if it's not busy, like because it's a lot of times there's nothing going on in the front of it, but then when it's actually like food distribution time, it's like stops all the traffic around there and everything. So it's like it's like day and night when they're like not distributing and stuff. It's crazy.
So when you drive to the office, you'll have to check
you'll notice it.
You'll notice it now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, depending on what time of day it is. I don't even know what their normal times are. But yeah, it's like on the weekends for sure. Like it literally stops all the traffic around there, which is, it's great that they're doing it, but it's sad. But you know what, the last year, over the summer when we did that Minnie's, they sponsored the lady that started it, did that Black Lives Matter march. She got up and she spoke, and she was amazing.
Really?
Like, yeah, she's got fantastic, compelling story and stuff, and she got up and spoke in front of this huge crowd and everything, and was like super motivating. So so it was a great experience. But and they're right there, and they do so much good, and they're like, I mean, nationally recognized for what they do.
Okay, nice.
So highly recommend. It's literally just down. It's like half a mile down the street.
Oh yeah, I'll have to read it up.
Yeah, but it's funny because I drove past it quite a few times too before I realized, oh, that's where it is. Because they only moved there a little while ago.
Yeah, because I've heard about it so many times, and when I finally got the job at TVG and I was driving, I was like, this is where Minnie's is.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know they do a lot for schools and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They had a store too, but I don't know if it's open back up yet too, because they had to shut it down for COVID, like a retail, resale store. Yeah, and so it might be open again.
That's nice.
But anyway, all that random Minnie's information for you. So, what do you wish people knew about you? Like outside of work, inside work, whatever.
I guess I'll go with something more quirky. I like to talk about quirky things about myself. So I love the sound of like white noise, like quiet, like oceans. So like my family makes fun of me because like usually like when I'm up early in the morning, like no one's around, that's pretty much what I'm doing. Like I'm reflecting on being quiet. So like I have a girls trip coming up, so I know my girlfriends are going to like make fun of me because I get up early because of work. I mean, I cannot sleep past any time past 8 o'clock. I'm just up early. So like I'll sit and like I'm just like reflecting, or I'm like in a zen. I'm just like staring, or like I'm always like thinking. And it's just like something that I actually enjoy doing. It's the weirdest thing to say, but I do. I love my quiet time. So like I just take a moment I get up in the morning, I just be like quiet, like
yeah,
like
it's
a
like
good
a form
30
of
minutes.
meditation.
Yeah.
Yes,
and I just
definitely.
do it for like 30 minutes. I know. I've been doing it for like, I don't know how, probably subconsciously for like a long time, like as a kid, not realizing it, but like as an adult, I actually understood like what I was doing. It's just a moment for me to like think through things and kind of like reflect on like whatever it is happening. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's
keep that going for your life. That would be fantastic. I always think I should do that. I'm like, I should just get up even earlier and just be like, okay, meditation, whatever, and then you're just like, it's really tired.
But that's the thing, and that's like it's me. Not, and that's the thing, it's not everyone's thing, and that's why I said I feel like it's like one of my quote unquote quirks, because like I didn't realize it until like I got older, and my best friend talks about it all the time. She was like, yeah, you've been doing this like since we were like kids. She was like, we'll just like come downstairs and you'll already be downstairs like eating and just like staring off into space like thinking, and I'd be like, I have been doing that.
Wait, that's not normal? What do you do? Yeah, it's funny. Feel free to share all the quirks.
Yeah, we love to hear them.
Yeah,
I can't think of any more of my quirks right now. I'm pretty sure it'll come to me though.
We'll put a pin in that. We'll come back.
Well, adding to something like that, what do you enjoy doing that when you're not at work?
Oh man, traveling and eating. Those are like my two faves. Like
Do you eat like locations that you're always like, or do you always try something new?
I will definitely abuse a restaurant. I will. I will abuse it to the point that I have to be like, if there's like one thing that's wrong with it, I'd be like, okay, we're over with. Like, clearly you're not giving my food the way you should be.
Yeah.
I'm done with this restaurant. But yeah, I'm a creature of habit. Like if I go somewhere, like even like when you guys talk about going to Luna Grill, like a lot, I've never had Luna Grill. So when you guys introduced me to it, like I've eaten there several times. There's just like one like 30, 40 minutes from my house that I order from every now and then. Like I will eat that constantly. Cause like right now, it's still like a good thing for me. But yeah, usually like I'll try, like I have a list inside my phone of like different restaurants to like try, like around the area locally.
Really?
Either I'll see it on Instagram, somebody will talk about something, or like talking to you guys, like I'll put it inside my phone. I think I was out one day and I was eavesdropping on a lady talking about her husband taking her out for anniversary. And here in Plano, they went to like the Upper Crust and Better Than Sex dessert restaurant. So like I wrote those two inside my phone.
Really?
I was like, yeah, apparently that's like it's like a dessert restaurant.
Yeah, it's on
Ooh.
15th. It's not
on-
not
yeah.
Upper Crust. What is it?
But I did know that. And I was like, this is all
this is
close
true.
to like my job area. I was like,
Yeah.
I've never known about any of this. So yeah, I just like things like I'll just hear, I'll put it inside my phone. I'm like, I'm going to go there. So like I
Well,
have like a list of restaurants. Like
You need
I
to
just,
share
like-
this list with
I
me
will,
because I
yeah.
have a small list too. So
Yeah.
we
I'll
can
share-
compare.
Yeah, I
and
just about to
see.
say we can compare.
I can tell you about some places I've been to too, some new places.
Yeah.
So is this all just eating out though, or is it any food prep, like you're actually cooking at home, eating?
When I cook at home, it's like sometimes I'll try like different. Like I have like a ton of like seasonings. And sometimes when I go to the grocery store, I'll be like, oh, I was like, I've never heard that seasoning. Or like I do follow a lot of chefs. So like with that, I mean like I've never used duck fat. I plan on trying it like maybe sometime like for holiday cooking. I've never tried that inside like a chicken. So like I watched somebody prepare that and I was like, I'll try duck fat. 'Cause they said it makes things taste better.
Yeah.
So I'll try it. Right. So I
Doesn't
was
sound
like-
low fat though. I will
it's,
say.
it's not. It's not at all. It's not at all. Yeah, the chef that I follow, like she is not about being like super healthy. She was like, I'm here to cook, so she cooks like some great meals. So like when I do cook, I kind of like follow her recipes because I never get complaints at home. So yeah, when I do cook, it's like literally I follow like chefs. Sometimes I'll try like. The funny thing of the matter is that my boyfriend likes my spaghetti, which is like the most bland thing ever to love.
I love spaghetti though.
But
It's so
yeah,
good.
right.
it's
So
so
like
good.
he absolutely, and it's something that I made for him like when we were like dating like my college days. So like he always likes that. He calls it a dry rub spaghetti because it's not super wet, like it's not very like soupy, and it's also not like super dry. It's like he feels like
Right
it's like
in the middle.
perfect. Yeah,
Really?
So he likes it that
I mean,
way.
okay, then win, right?
Yeah,
It's a win.
so it's like dry rub spaghetti. He's like, when are you gonna make that? So like I'll make that sometimes. So
Aw.
yeah,
Okay, so I remember it's urban crust. That's what it is.
it's urban crust, not
yes.
upper crust. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember, but yeah, I put it inside my phone. Like just when I hear things, I'll be like, oh,
It is
like,
really
where's
good,
that?
actually. Yeah.
See?
There's also Urban Rio right over there. They own both of
I
them.
went
Yeah.
to I think is it Urban Seafood? They open up.
Oh, yeah.
Urban-
Oh,
yes, I
yeah.
went there for the ladies' lunch. I did Urban Seafood. That was
How
really,
was
really
that?
good.
I've been wanting to try it.
That was so good.
Really?
That was like my first ladies' lunch. I liked it so much. Yeah.
I'm
that was
so
good.
sad I missed it, but I've been wanting to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been there either to the Urban Seafood
Let's
yet.
go.
I know.
Yeah.
That's a date.
We can
It's a
definitely
date.
go. Yes. But yeah, I love eating and traveling.
Well, so actually, where are some places that you traveled that you really enjoyed?
Ooh, I really enjoy New Orleans because I love to eat. So I feel like you get both culture and food, which is like a plus. So I feel like every time I go to New Orleans, it's always something new. I'm never tired of it. I actually don't go on Bourbon Street. I know everybody talks about it, but I kind of avoid it.
a little rough,
It
yeah.
smells gross.
Yeah.
It does. It really does.
Yeah, so I go on everything but that. But yeah, I greatly enjoyed New Orleans. Going to visit like my parents' country, like Panama and Belize is like really, really nice just to like kind of visit like both sides. Because you don't get like the touristy, you get like both. So you get like where they grew up and you get like the touristy side. So it's like really, really nice to do that. Trying to think about where else I've been. I think that like those are like the really, like going to their countries and like New Orleans, like I absolutely
You
love.
should hang out with Joel more often. He loves going to New Orleans. He loves all the food down there too.
I know.
And he loves all the Mediterranean food too. So he's all about ordering it. So
Yeah, it's so good. I love it. But yeah, I know on my list, like I was telling her, I was like, we have a girls trip with my girlfriends, so like we're gonna go like Memphis, Tennessee, and I told her I was like Nashville's like 3.5 hour drive, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
Oh,
but
that's a long drive. Yeah, that's not the same place. Yeah.
It
So we're
is.
just gonna stay in Memphis. So I was
It'll
like,
be
next time we'll do
nice.
Nashville. But yeah, and then later on this year, going back to Belize to visit my family.
That's gonna be nice.
That's gonna be nice. Yeah.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
And I guess now we can all travel again. So,
Yeah.
So it's a big plus, though. Yeah. If you couldn't make it out for a while. All right. So this is always a tough question, but what was one of the funniest things that's happened to you recently?
Walking my dog is always like the funniest thing because I don't know, that dog is so funny. Anyway,
kind of dog
he
is it?
has he's a black cur Rhodesian mix. I'll actually send you guys a picture of him. He's
Perfect.
super huge, like 120
That
pounds.
sounds big. Sounds really big.
he's really-
20 pounds?
Yeah, he's really, really big. So, like, we'll go on a walk and it's fine. Like, he chooses all his walks for, like, just sniffing and, like, getting to know the area. But, like, squirrels is, like, one thing I cannot control him to not want to
God,
go
that's like a whole
attack.
movie about squirrels, right? Like squirrel, yeah. Okay.
So like we were walking down a sidewalk and I saw the squirrel and then I was like, then he saw the squirrel because I could see like his body, like his head just goes like, duh. So I can see like his whole entire body go straight and I'm like, oh God, I was like, he sees the squirrel. So I'm like pulling him and I'm like, no. And I'm like walking. So like I'm actually walking off the sidewalk while I'm telling him no. So like I walk into a crack and I trip and I fall and I hit the ground.
Oh no.
And then he takes off after the squirrel.
No, he comes and he
oh.
lays next to me. He's like, so when are we gonna get up so we continue this walk? And I'm just like, I hurt right now. And he was like, yeah. He's like, but I really need you to get up. So like he just like laying next to me and just being like, I need you to get
I'm
up.
impressed he didn't run off. I think that my dog would have just run off. I'm like, see ya,
my dog would have gone straight for that squirrel.
No, like I think he's like more concerned with me, which like my boyfriend always like laughs about that too, because like he'll be like, he loves you way more than he loves me, and he was like, that makes me a little bit mad.
Aw.
So yeah.
That's funny though.
But a 120-pound dog.
Yeah, that's a lot of dog.
That's a big
yeah.
dog.
I would just actually the funny thing I'm imagining is like holding on to the leash and that dog just taking off because you're like
No.
that lady that's like no, yeah.
You know, like he's taken off before, but like when he does that, like I'm not the person to continue to hold on because he's a lot of weight. I just let go and I'd be like, oh my God, please nobody don't hit him because like I'm yelling at him, but he's not focused on me. So, but he doesn't do it as much. So like we taught him like the no thing. So that's why I was like the no has been helping. But like when I fell into the crack, I was like, oh crap.
Clearly he's got a good heart there because mine would have been gone. See ya. Yeah.
Okay, this is the question I really want to know.
Okay.
We finish the interview and you step outside the office and find a lottery ticket that ends up winning $15 million. What do you do?
So I go take a deep breath in my car. Because I cannot believe that I just got this ticket because I need to like take a moment with this. This is not something like I just be like, oh, I won and I'm just going to go cash it. No, I need a moment to process this, that I now have a winning lottery ticket. And then I need to just be like, okay, so now that I figure this out and I've calmed down, then I will like look at like all I need to do now to go cash in my ticket. I probably would like drive around in silence. I wouldn't call or tell anybody because I don't want anybody else freaking me out. It'll pretty much be me like just going to go process this ticket getting cashed. And then after everything's been, cashed and settled, then I will call family and my dad and my boyfriend and just be like, hi, so you guys are not going to believe me, but I have just got a winning lottery ticket. We're good to go. We don't have to worry about anything.
So is there a plan for the $15 million other than
Well, with the $15 million, I know now I got to do math. So like we only get like 50% of it, right? It's like 50% of the money you only get if you do like an upfront. So like $7.5 million. I mean, I will invest it definitely and do buy like real estate. That's like my biggest thing. Like I've always been like I just try to acquire real estate. That's something that we talk about now. Like just setting up generational wealth.
Exactly.
all good things. That's too funny. So this is, I think, is the hardest one because I think it would make you crazy after a while. But if you had to pick one song to play when you entered a room, every room for the rest of your life, what song would it be?
Oh man, End of Time by Beyonce. That intro, if you guys have not heard the intro to End of Time by Beyonce, it is a very, very motivating, powerful intro. It's just
Really?
like, yeah. So take a moment to listen to it. End of Time by Beyonce.
End of Time.
we can
I'm going to
also,
do that when I live here.
Yeah.
Leave here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can. We'll maybe link it in your. Play it. Maybe when your video plays, it can be your intro.
Your intro.
That'd be
You'll see
Yeah.
how
nice.
technically advanced we are. I'm going to overpromise there.
If you were our CEO tomorrow, what is the first thing you would do?
For 4-day work week always comes into mind, but here at TVG, I mean, we have a pretty good unlimited PTO and pretty flexible with working from home. So I guess I'll go with, I don't know, like, so like we have like events here, but like not too many things that kind of like are outside of work. So something I would kind of think about is maybe setting up a company ride share, in which like any type of event we have, you can always go and make sure you have a safe ride home. So, you know, that's kind of like something that would be like more like a perk. I know, I can't think of anything right now.
That's good though.
I think we do that like for the holiday party and like like bigger events. We do that.
Yeah,
I
and
think
just like
that's
do that. And
great.
I always think about it because like another company I worked at, and probably like the only company I worked at, I actually had that kind of, because we did like a lot of events to promote like our app. So like we always were at some event talking about, so like we always make sure that people got home safely. So yeah,
No, that-
funny reason I
like
can think about
that.
that. Yeah.
I like it. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yep. And the shorter work week was probably more of a thing before COVID when we
Yeah,
stayed
and that's
home.
why I was like,
All right. Well, that is great. I think that wraps it up pretty
Yes,
much.
it
All right. Well,
does.
thank you so much, Tavia, for coming out and talking about this.
me.
Again, this is the Leadership Talk Show with the Vested Group. If you'd like to find out more about us, you can look us up on thevested.com. Thanks.